Are you or someone you know working on losing weight, changing your body image, or something like that? Maybe you're struggling with the results of it, or just accepting that's who you are. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. In this video, we're going to talk about body weight, body image, and how to feel happy with yourself. Let's go right into the video. Alright, so today's video came from one of the subscribers to our community, Heidi. Real quick, I'm going to read what she asked. She said, could you do a video about obsessing about the way we see ourselves, body image, weight loss, and what to let go of focusing on what I haven't achieved? And that's a huge thing, you know, and especially for men too, but especially for women around body image. And the first thing that I invite you to do is, number one, is make a list every single day of a minimum of 5 things you love about yourself. Every person watching this, if you want to increase your confidence and your ability to know yourself, you have to get to know the things that you love about yourself. And so make a list of 5 things you love about yourself every single solitary day. That's the very first step, number one. Because if we don't have that, then we place all of our emphasis on achieving our ideal weight loss, or making our, for men, it might be like making your biceps bigger, or like having flatter abs, and for women it might be slimmer waist or a nicer butt, or whatever it might be. We place the emphasis on achieving that thing. And even when we get there, we're not happy. And you see that with a lot of supermodels that will talk about self-image, and like they're freaking supermodels, right? But they're still like saying that they don't feel good about themselves. You hear that with incredibly good-looking male and female actors. They say things like that. Their emphasis of their whole life is placed on their physical body. They've achieved the top 1% ideal way to look, or what have you, but they still feel less than and inferior. And that's because we're placing all of our emphasis on on a physical identity. Maharishi had a saying that is real, which does not change. Your body isn't real. It's not your real identity. It's not who you are. It's always changing. In fact, I think it's every 9 months or so, every single cell that you have is totally gone. So you're in a different body a few times a year entirely. It's not who you are. But it does certainly help to be in a positive relationship with that body. Start with 5 things you love about yourself every single solitary day. Step number 2 is make achievable goals. So whether you're a male or a female, if they're related to your physicality, make them achievable. Like saying, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds in the next 60 days. You might be able to do it, but it's such an unrealistic and unsustainable thing to keep up that you'll put the weight back on. And you see that all the time. People get their weight off and then they put their weight back on. Similarly, so a male might be like, I'm gonna go to the gym 7 days a week, and like I'm gonna gain 10 pounds of muscle, and it's sustainable for a short period of time, and then it's not sustainable thereafter. And what I invite you to do is to change your motivation as to why you want to lose weight, as to why you want to gain muscle if you're a male, or whatever that might be. Change your motivation behind it. The motivation is the emphasis on the physical body, because we believe that if we look different physically, then somehow we'll be better, we'll be this or that. There's some type of result we're hoping to get that we think we'll achieve if our physical body is different than what it is. And what I invite you to do is have an inside-out approach, is to not be motivated by the external, but find an internal motivation. I exercise 6-7 days a week, hard, in the gym hard, sweating hard, exhausted afterwards. And when I grew up doing that because of college sports, and high school sports, but I spent about a year after I dropped out of college and then I quit basketball where I wasn't exercising. And then when I got back in the rhythm of it, at first it was almost like I was doing it back again because I wasn't doing it for sports now. I was doing it to look better. it's not sustainable. You don't want to go in the gym every day. You're not as motivated every day, and it's not as rewarding. And so now my goal is to be the healthiest, happiest version of myself. Now, that's valuable to me because I want to help as many people as I can through these videos. I want to provide as much as I can for my family. I want to be as on my A game mentally as I can on my videos, so I'm productive with my time, I can enjoy my free time, and I'm as good as I can be. So what I invite you to do is find an internal motivation. So going to the gym or changing your diet, instead of making it an external motivation, well, why are you doing it? Well, because I want my abs to be flatter and maybe I'll be sexier, I'll feel better about myself. I want my ass to look better, that's why I do my squats, or that's why I'm in the gym for an hour and a half working on my arms, is because I want to look bigger, you know? It'll maybe make me look cooler to other men, or maybe other women will find me more attractive. No. Instead of having an external motivation, ask yourself this question. What is an inner motivation behind this? And get crystal clear on an inner motivation. Now, the reason this is so important is because the most successful people in the world are doing what they're doing for an inner motivation. They're doing it not for an external reward, whether that's money, or in this instance, whether it's looking different physically. They're doing it for an internal thing. And often the people that are in the best physical shape in the world, you'll see that that's why they're doing it. Like the people you see in the gym that are there at 6 a.m. and again at 6 p.m., or you just see them once a day and they never miss a day, it's an internal thing. It's for the optimal health goal, not for the physical appearance. And so find your inner why, because when you couple that with focusing every day on 5 things you love about yourself with an inner motivation, it makes it more realistic for you to even stick with your goals, whether it's 7 days a week in the gym, 5 days a week in the gym, every other day in the gym, a certain diet you're doing. It makes it realistic because it's a spiritual motivation rather than an animalistic motivation that may not have the long-term drive to keep you committed to it. Okay, and then she asked, how do I let go of focusing on what I haven't achieved? Now, the way to do this, I think, goes back to those original steps, because then you're no longer hard on yourself. You know what you truly love about yourself. You're focusing on it every day. And so if you don't achieve something, you don't beat yourself up as much about it. But I invite you to take a step back and make very tangible, realistic goals. And make them effort goals, not goals that are contingent on I have to lose 5 pounds in this amount of time. Make them effort goals. An effort goal isn't an external measurement, it's an internal measurement of whether you've shown up for yourself. So that might look like, okay, so for 6 days a week, I'm gonna be in the gym for 1 hour. I'm not gonna just sit and walk slowly on the treadmill, I'm gonna exert myself. Or it might be that you join CrossFit, or you get a personal trainer, or you get a yoga membership and you commit to 6 days a week. You might need a friend to help you hold yourself accountable. But these are effort goals that aren't measured based off of your own body chemistry that might not gain muscle this quick. I'm not like a huge bulky guy. You know, a lot of people might look at me and they might think that I don't exercise. I've exercised almost every single day for 3 or 4 years. And I feel great, but I may not have the desired things that a male wants in exercising as often as I do, in terms of like these humongous muscles or something. But I have an internal effort goal, and my internal effort goal is to show up for myself, to be the healthiest, happiest version of myself. And so what I invite you to do is find that for yourself too. So when you have that, it's not measured on like, I need to gain 10 pounds of muscle. That still might be something you might desire, definitely, and you have that as a goal, but it's not the driving force behind what you do. So when you build your life off of effort goals, then you're able to let go of the outcome, because you understand that the way to truly be fulfilled and happy with the work you've put in your life, whether it's a career goal, a financial goal, a health goal, or whatever it might be, the way that you're fulfilled is by knowing you've put all the cards on the table. Now, the only way to do that, so to speak, is to have an effort goal. So I invite you to pick an effort goal. How many days in the week, the gym or yoga, are you gonna hire a personal trainer? Those are all effort. Like, that's a result of you showing up. And then it doesn't matter, your body chemistry might respond. Like, my body chemistry isn't gonna put on 80 pounds of muscle or whatever, or 60 pounds. It's just not my body chemistry. And so my effort goals aren't based off of trying to change my genetic composition. I don't look at it like that. If I did, I'd always be upset even though I was exercising in the gym all the time, because I'd be like, I'm not gaining enough muscle. And then I'd see some other people in there they do their little 15-minute bicep curls and they're in and out and they're way bigger than me. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not as big as them. I don't base it off of that. And then last but not least is, of course, increase your water intake. If you cannot totally, then almost completely eliminate processed sugars from your diet, almost entirely. There's no benefit of eating processed sugar other than it tastes good. There's so many negative health side effects of that. And so increase your water intake, decrease the amount of sugars that you're eating, and find a diet that becomes a lifestyle. Like, early on when I changed my diet and I have a very strict way that I eat. I was just at my mom's house for Mother's Day yesterday, and she had these like lemon bars and chocolate things, and she's like, do you want one? Or, you know, like, here, Jake, have one. And I was like, I'm good, Mom, thank you though. And she says to me, you're no fun, you're too healthy. I just have a strict way that the things that I let in my body, I don't let processed sugars into my body. And so find what works for you. You can do your research. There's all types of things, from paleo diets to vegan diets to low carb and high fat diets to intermediate fasting. Find what works for you, and again, make it an effort goal to adhere to it for 30 to 60 days. And if it's hard for you to do that, make sure you get an accountability partner, whether it's your romantic partner, whether it's a friend, or whomever it is, and make it short, like say 60 days, right? Because when you say, this is how I'm gonna eat for the rest of my life, you basically put yourself in a position where you can never win. Like, we're always gonna falter on our higher ideals at some points in our life. So make them short-term and realistic, and then at the end of that 30-day period or that 60-day period, you can say, wow, I feel freaking amazing. Or, you know, I'm gonna try this now, or I'm gonna keep the exact same thing I did for the last 60 days. But make it another effort goal based around your diet and the things that you're doing that seem to work best for your body type. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. I wanted to answer that for Heidi, and hopefully this speaks to a lot of other people. If you know somebody it might speak to, please share it. If this does speak to you, please just take the time to watch this video back through so you make sure you get the big points. Everyone, make sure 5 things that you love about yourself that you write down every single solitary day. Write them down. When you write them down, just read them back through. It'll take you 10 seconds to read them back through. Get that ingrained into your head, that regardless of how big your butt is, how big or small your boobs are, how big or small your biceps are, how your teeth are, your smile is, your da-da-da-da-da, that you're an amazing human being and that you love who you are, because that's gonna be the key to achieving any goal or not achieving any goal and feeling freaking amazing regardless. So have a beautiful day. If you have not yet, make sure that you download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com, to train your subconscious mind for success and for abundance. And then if you haven't, we created a software called the Second Mind that's designed to rewire the brain, because a lot of like lack of confidence, self-image, all that types of stuff, it's wired into the actual neurocircuitry, the actual chemistry of your brain. And you can buy firing new brain and nerve cells, you can rewire your brain for new levels of confidence, joy, achieving your goals, etc. And you can demo it for free. It's thesecondmind.com down below. So have a beautiful day, subscribe, hit the bell notification, make sure you like this video, hashtag I love myself, hashtag I love myself, hashtag I love myself down below. And have a beautiful day. I'll see you on the next video.